Good day, everybody. Welcome back to the Dirty Pat Walsh channel on YouTube with me, your host, Dirty Pat Walsh. How's it going? It's kind of early in the day here. I think it's about 8:30. Time to get a dip anyway. From the Mystery Stoker's can. Using snuff's a weird thing. At least that's what people are always telling me. It's a weird thing, but you gotta be you, man. Um, what was I gonna say? Going to Pittsburgh tomorrow, man. Can't wait. It's gonna be fun. Um, so I don't know if anybody's liking my "What's in the Bag" series. Some of it, like I made that half-hour video of my theater resume. I don't suppose that was the most entertaining watch in the world, but I don't know. Like, yeah, leave me a comment on what you think of the What's in the Bag series. I'm going to try to keep them shorter than that. So, I got to get some Brasso to shine up this spittoon. It needs a good shining. It's getting some marks on it. I keep it pretty clean, but got to get some Brasso. My roommate probably has some, being a trombone player and all. But anyhow, that's beside the point. I looked in the bag today and I said, okay, let's just find something really simple. So I found a couple posters for a couple gigs I did. Now these pictures have a lot in them. This is one of them, the Pat Walsh Band with the Nationals at Sidewinders. And my ex-wife drew these posters, so that's that one. And this is the other one. So yeah, Sidewinders, Pat Walsh Band, the Nationals. Now, and also drawn by my ex-wife. She's quite the cartoonist for sure. Um, But yeah, so the Pat Walsh Band was basically the Diplomats before we had the name the Diplomats. Because like I used to just play solo, and I got this gig at Sidewinders. Now, what Sidewinders was the Union Theater after the Union Theater had closed. Um, the Union closed, and it was just shut down for a couple months, and then this little bar called Sidewinders moved, like, took space. Now, the owner of Sidewinders was, now I don't know how many of you are familiar with the band 3 Days Grace. They're a big name in Canada anyway, like a pretty reasonably big name. Um, anyway, the original singer, he had some problems, I think, and left the band or something like that. And but the original singer songwriter, frontman, guitar player guy was this guy named Adam, and I can never pronounce his last name, and I can't even remember it now. But yeah, if you know 3 Days Grace, you probably know about their first singer, uh, Adam something. Anyway, he was the owner of this bar. So him and his dad. His dad was a weirdo. So yeah, so that's like that was kind of weird, like going into the old Union Theater which was like home to me, you know, and having it be a bar that I had to play by bar rules and stuff, and whatever. It was just a weird place. But we got a show there. We got a weekly show there, and the Pat Walsh Band was called that because I used to play solo, and I got this gig, and my friend Ian said, "Hey, well, why don't I play bass with you?" Because he played bass with me on my recordings and all that stuff, right? And I said, "Yeah, sure." And I think we said, "Well, we should get a drummer or something." And we had this friend named Scott Mucklow, who I played in another band with called the Jackson Sanatorium, and he is a guitar player, but he wanted to learn how to play drums. So we got him, like, because we knew he'd be wanting to learn and it's easy stuff to play, blah blah blah, you know. So the Pat Walsh Band was the original trio of the Diplomats. It was me, Ian, and Scotty Mucklow. And the reason we called the band the Diplomats was because of Scott, because he used to drive this Dodge Diplomat, and he used to carry our gear around in it, and because we played in like Oshawa and stuff a couple times too. He used to carry our gear around in his Diplomat, um, and I thought the Diplomats, that's a pretty cool name for a band, so that's what we called it. Um, Eventually, I really hated it being called the Pat Walsh Band. I didn't like that at all. I'm not really. I'll never. I don't think I'll ever have a band like it's like Pat Walsh and the blah blah blah. It's not my scene. Anyhow, the Nationals were a really cool band. They were. I can't remember the other guy. It was Wyatt Burton on National lap steel guitar. It was two lap steel guitars, and Wyatt, and I think it was a fella named Greg on the other guitar. I'm not sure, but yeah, they were a duo of two slide guitars, and they didn't sing or nothing. It was all instrumental. They were really an amazing band. They were very unique, and it wasn't like crappy like listening to two guys practice. Like they had their stuff wire tight. It was great. So yeah. So these posters, they kind of bring back a lot of memories because this is back when my wife and I were still close. you know, this is actually, I believe, a drawing of me and her. Um, Back, way back when, around the turn of the century or something like that. Um, you know, Mithra always like kind of adding a bit of like lewd sexuality to her posters that she would draw. She drew a lot of posters for me and for other people in town. Like this one here, like this woman, you can barely see her boob there. Like like she's just kind of got that lewd sexual edge to her. Um, I have a play she wrote, and I directed it, and it's pretty hardcore, man. so so yeah, those posters bring back a lot of memories because that was the formation of the Diplomats, and the Nationals were a super cool band. Um, yeah, So there you go. So I'm going to Pittsburgh tomorrow. Um, I'm really excited about that. Yesterday morning around this time, I got a text from Tyler and a text from Glenn saying, "Hey, we're going to Scarborough to pick up Tyler's passport because we went on Friday to apply for it and supposed to go pick it up yesterday." And so we did that. It was a success. You know, I went. You know, Tyler's a pretty unpredictable guy. And I think Glenn and I wanted to go both times with him, mainly just to see that he did it. you know, um, we have much love for Tyler. I'm not trying to diss him at all, but I'm sure glad he got it. You know what I mean? Because it would have totally affected our whole trip if he couldn't have come. So and yeah, we're all doing laundry and getting packed and getting stuff together. We can't bring any musical gear over the border. I am bringing a harmonica because I think that's pretty harmless, and I only use one harmonica with the band anyway. So yeah, it's gonna be real cool. So all the people who are going to the warehouse weekend who watch this, I can't wait to meet you. All right, be well, stay free, everybody.
Be well and stay free, everybody. Hope you have an awesome, awesome day. Please like and subscribe.